So now we're going to move on to the part of the agenda, and I'm going to ask if there is any new business. Before I do that, I'd like to remind you that the corporate management of the council is under the guidance and direction of the board of directors, and any motion covering the corporate business and affairs should be directed as a request to the board of directors. So again, I will ask, is there any new business that we need to entertain today? Okay. Then I'm going to sum things up with a few closing remarks. As I mentioned earlier, I do want to share with you some information about the upcoming Girl Scout National Convention. Again, for delegates participating in that, you will be getting contacted by the council, you'll be getting information, training, logistics, and all of that. But I do think it is important for the entire membership body here today to really just have a sense of what some of the issues that will be coming forward in Houston this fall will be. So I'd like to go through those. As you all know, the national conference occurs every 3 years, and not unlike our own Constitution and bylaws, the GSUSA Constitution can only be amended at this meeting by a vote of the national delegates, and that's why, again, the election of our national delegates and your involvement, engagement, and understanding of the issues coming forward is so critical. For 2011, there are 4 proposals that are going to come forward to either amend the Constitution, the GSUSA Constitution, or the Blue Book. And so I will quickly go through what those are. This is a change on how annual membership is handled, which is from the Blue Book. The change that is proposed is that the Girl Scout membership year commences on the date of registration of the member, rather than the the typical fall kind of process that we have used for so many years. The positive of this is that girls can join pathways any time of the year and will still get a full year of membership. The difficulty or the con of this action may detract from the capacity of GSUSA to make the improvements needed immediately to personify, which obviously is the data system, and to make that more user-friendly. So again, that will be one thing. Delegates will be getting more information as we go forward, but that will be something that you will be voting on. The second has to do with the annual membership fee, and the proposed change here is that local councils are encouraged to solicit the families of girl members as one part of an overall fundraising campaign. This may be done at the time of membership registration. That's kind of a wordy way of saying that councils can basically fix their local dues to the level that they want. Of course, you're all aware that currently the national dues that we all pay are the $12, and this would allow, for example, our council to decide a level of dues that we could charge. The pro for that is that it gives councils the ability to provide better assistance to girls by having a steadier flow of income that can be counted on and managed, and also better reflects the value of Girl Scouting. And honestly, many people feel that $12 for Girl Scouting may undervalue what we actually do for girls. However, the con of this is concern about every council setting their own annual fee, which could be problematic council to council as girls move. So that would be another one. I will acknowledge on this one the board sent some feedback, and it's very likely that there may be some amendment on this actually on the floor to potentially look at having a discussion of standardizing that across the country, or at least across the state. Okay, this next one deals with the terminology for our Gold Award, and it's called Gold Girl Scout. This proposal suggests that the name Gold Girl Scout be used instead of Gold Award Recipient, and that be adopted consistently across the movement. The pros of this are that, first of all, girls do not receive the award. They earn it, and for any of our girls or any of our alum who have actually completed requirements of the Gold Award, and you can testify that it is clearly earned. And the common language is believed that it may lead to better recognition and elevation of the award in the minds not only of the community in general, but college recruiters, and would be a good thing for girls. The con to this is that, again, many of you know that if you go back over the course of our history, we tended to have a lot of change into what we call the Gold Award, so this would be a change. And then the final proposal is a recommended change to the Constitution, and this would be a change for the formula for the election of National Council delegates in councils. And the proposal reads that the number of national delegates are based upon the number of borough members for 2 years, and this is versus 1 year, preceding the triennial meeting, and are elected 2 years before the triennial meeting. And the pro of that is, that delegates can be elected earlier and can then use that time to be better prepared for their roles. I think there's another pro on there that wasn't stated, and that is that we're not scrambling at the last minute trying to figure out how many delegates do we actually have waiting for membership members to come in. The con of this is that it might create confusion and more work instead of less. There is turnover, significant turnover during those 2 years preceding the trial. So again, those are the 4 proposals that are being forwarded, and again, delegates, you'll be getting more information about those. I have a couple other just information items that I would like to share with you before we close. One is that I do want to remind you that our Cookie Gala is next week, Wednesday, March 30th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Athenaeum Hotel. It's going to be a fabulous event. We expect it to be bigger and better. We have more sponsorships. We have great chefs. As Michael mentioned, we are getting some awesome publicity. So again, you are all welcome and encouraged to attend, and you may want to start your fasting now. It is very tough on the waistline, but great event, and we welcome and encourage you to come. I guess I'm going to turn over now to the girls for the flag ceremony, and then I'll be back one last time with some logistics information. So we will plan to have the closing flag ceremony now conducted by Girl Scouts from Detroit troops 41013 and 43550. So girls.
Go ahead.
Color guard attention. Color guard advance. Color guard, honor your colors. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Color guards, dismissed.
all, Lisa Sorby asked me to mention, because there were some questions during break, the town hall meetings that she mentioned all start at 6:30 p.m. I'd also like to remind you to stop and pick up some of the handouts that were mentioned after the meeting. They should be right outside the doors as you leave. And also, please take a moment to fill out the evaluation form. Hopefully, you saw some of the comments that you made last year reflected in this year's meeting. We can only continue to make this meeting more tailored to your needs if we know what those are. So evaluation forms are very important, and they are read and they are taken seriously. So I would appreciate if you could do that. The final thing before I ask for a motion to adjourn is, again, I really want to thank all of you for the great work that you've done. As I look back over the past 2 years, and I think of where we were as we were trying to merge and realign these councils, we have come a tremendous way, and I think you should all feel very, very proud, because in the midst of certainly one of the severest economic, and I call it a depression being from Michigan, but certainly the challenging economic times that we've had, a lot of the challenges that the state has had, merging 4.5 very diverse councils, and frankly, having to then look at how are we going to not only grow the organization, but survive during a very difficult time. That truly took a lot of courage, character, and confidence, and you as the backbone of this organization have all embodied that. So I hope you feel as good as I do about where this organization is going. I mean, I was looking at the calendar the other day. I think I'm getting close to my 30 years in Girl Scouting. I have never been so excited about this movement. The energy. I was chuckling as I heard Michael speak of his passion. I've noticed now as I'm going into the various service centers, as I'm going into the council shops, just the look of everything, the materials that we get, it says we get it. And there's an energy and a vibrancy. And I know that's all got to be supported by action behind, because the look is just one thing. But I do think that is an energizer around what the direction we're trying to take this organization and the movement in general. So again, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to serve you. I look forward to another outstanding year, and I also look forward to us 1 year from now being able to continue about the excellent progress that's been made not only in this organization but in the Girl Scout movement worldwide. So again, if there is no further business, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the second annual meeting of the Girl Scouts of Southeastern Michigan. Okay, I have a motion. May I have a second? Second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Okay, the second annual meeting of the Girl Scouts of Southeastern Michigan is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and enjoy the rest of your day.